Howdy mates, good morning. How are we all doing? It is Sunday, April 17th, 2022, and today I'm out for a revisit at the 6 Mile Cypress Slough. It's been a good long while since my last visit over here. So the 6 Mile Cypress Slough is actually located down in Fort Myers, Florida. So you figure we're now a little further south from where I actually live. So with that being said, you may be wondering, what exactly does the name of the place imply? Well, this place actually has a very historical significance. So you figure when settlers were coming through here back in the 1800s, it was believed that this particular stretch of land was 6 miles from Fort Myers itself, when it was just a village. But as we continue on with the name Cypress, that refers to the bald cypress that inhabits this park, such as this one right up here. But of course, you won't only see bald cypress. You also have a chance to see pond cypress, live oak, even red maple, swamp bay, and sable palm, just to name a couple of different plants. But then you'll also find your flowers out here too. For example, you will see a bunch of pickerel weed, which is actually a host plant for our well-known, I believe it's the eastern tiger swallowtail, which is a type of butterfly. But basically, the Cypress Slough really provides a great example of land that shows a transition. So to finish off what the name implies, we're at a slough, which really describes a habitat that has altering levels of water throughout the year. So you figure, like right now, as we are in, close to mid-spring, we are going to start getting more rainwater coming through here. So with that being said, eventually the water levels will go up. Continuing on with what I was saying, the water levels vary, and essentially a slough really acts as one big reservoir for excessive water on top of, our other bodies of water that exist here. So, yeah, essentially, any excessive water is held at bay at this place. Just take a moment to view. We're actually near a particular site to my left here called Gator Pond. So you can definitely see that there is indeed a transition that occurs. So usually Florida, of course, is not really known to be elevated whatsoever, but there is still some change in height, whether it just be in millimeters or even as much as inches. There is still a change that occurs. So a slough, like where we are right now, the elevation is slightly lower. But then as you continue to go, a little more inland, that's when you start to see a little more of the hardwood hammock. That's where you'll see more of your characteristic live oaks and sable palms. because those types of trees don't really like to inhabit, extremely saturated areas, especially when it comes to soil. But unlike, bald cypress, such as this one to my left, they're a little more tolerant of those types of conditions. They're a very versatile tree because, like I said before in past videos, I've seen them as far north as even Ohio, which is, of course, my original home state. So for them to even survive down here, that says a lot. But no, this is a very neat area, you guys, if you haven't been, because it just really gives you, that glimpse of old Florida before it's been altered in some way, shape, or form. And you figure now, since we are getting into the spring, we may actually have a chance to see some more blooms when it comes to wildflowers. So it does make one curious to see what we may stumble upon. And actually, right here to my right, we've got a red maple. And the reason I know that it's a red maple is you look at the leaf itself. So usually with a red maple, you want to look for the points. So here we go. Here's a great example. So like this one, you can see that there are 3 individual points. 2 to the side, 1 in the middle. And it's one of the only maple trees that really has that characteristic when it comes to their leaf. I guess another dead giveaway that it would be a red maple is looking at the stem, because it is also red in addition. But it's just neat to see even a deciduous tree down here in Florida, because you don't really see as many deciduous trees down here. So we'll let that go to the ground, let it decompose, and allow the production of new soil. And here is this is called a swamp bay. They actually do produce these little berries here. Now, in terms of whether they're actually edible, I'm honestly not entirely certain. And my rule of thumb always is, if you're not sure if it's edible, it's just best to stay away from it. Or another philosophy that you can go by is, it is only edible once, right? Take your chances. So, here we go. I think this is a good spot to wrap up this video. So, alright, you guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy your day of norther, souther, and wester. I hope it's a great one for you all. Alright, take care, mates. See ya.